Today, we will continue with the presentations of the next 7 schools, showcasing their projects with focus on the integration of Sufficiency Economy Philosophy. Let me acknowledge once again our online audience and our participants both in Zoom and YouTube Live. Foremost, the 14 SEP4Schools who are the star of the sessions. We have with us the 22 schools participating in the classroom research. We have with us some of the participants of SEP-Ed, Youth Camp, and we have schools and universities in the CMU-SEP's network, principals, teachers, lecturers, and students. And of course, the panel of experts, our CMU-SEP Center Director, Ms. Duria Amatavivat, and the SEP in Education expert, and I call her the SEP4School guru, Dr. Priyanut Dharmapia. The SEP's team is complete today, and hello to all of them as well. Today's theme is Sustainable Lifestyles, SEP Habits, and SEP-Rich Classrooms. This is good news for the classroom research group. These topics are very relevant to them, I believe. We have 7 schools presenting today, and you see them on screen. On the right-hand side, you see the green highlighted schools, and they are the stars of today's session. Before, okay, it's still doing the shaking and then going to the green schools. You see the interaction happening, the animations, yes. And then it's moving to the next school and the next school. All right, and you see on the screen the photos of the SEP4Schools participants. This is way back in February. Now, to add more photos to our collection, I'd like to request for a photo session so we have a good recording of our activities. These are some of the 2 photos we took yesterday. You can check yourself out. This is not complete, of course, but just to let you know that it looks so nice when your cameras are on and when you use the virtual background. So shall we do that in a photo session now? All right, requesting everyone to open their cameras, including the SEP's team, including the classroom research group. Please turn on your cameras. And we are ready to shoot. My colleague, Ms. Piapa, has yet to turn on her camera. All right. So yes, are we ready to take the shoot? All right. At my count, please just sit well and make sure that your head is in the middle of our virtual background. All right, others are still checking their screens. Okay, it seems we are ready. So at my count, let's have Miss Neri, you have to sit in the middle. Okay, good. All right. At my count, let's have the first photo with just all of us smiling nicely. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, yes, said it's done. Okay, going back to our SEP4School. You can use 1 hand or 2 hands, and this is 4 fingers, meaning the SEP4School. Are we ready for that? I'll use 2 this time. At my count, 1, 2, 3, smile. All right. I really like Mr. Dicano's pose. How did you do that, Mr. Dicano? Like martial arts, yes. All right. For the last shot, Miss Yati, you lose your background again, your virtual background. Okay, let's do the third one. This is easy and free. think of whatever innovative and creative way you want to pose for this morning. Okay, ready? I haven't made up my mind. Maybe I'll just do this. Okay, at my count, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Mr. Decano keeps changing his pose, like sometimes hard, sometimes this. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And we will share all the photos in the chat box, right? Yes. And if you want to access yesterday's, if you forgot them, we will also message them to you. Thank you, everyone. Now, let me just go back and remind you of what are the objectives of these 2 days sharing sessions. We offer insights into how schools adopted the sufficiency economy philosophy to their specific context. For those who missed the sharing session yesterday, you missed a lot. And you can go back to the presentations of the 7 schools on YouTube. Today, we will hear 7 more insights on how this is implemented. Number 2, challenges are something we cannot avoid, and our schools encounter them. But what's important is how they manage to overcome them. What were their strategies? And number 3, we want to see the impact of the project on the students, the teachers, and the broader community. And guess what? Including recommendations on how SEP could be better shared, understood, and appreciated. Our participating schools have many plans, not only next year, and they want to sustain the project and to even expand beyond the initial implementation phase. And that is the beauty of this sharing session. And we hope that everyone in the audience will benefit from the sharing sessions. What we see yesterday is even schools that have implemented their projects also learn from other schools' strategies. And that's the beauty of the sharing session that we do. We all learn and we all got the most from yesterday. And today, we are excited to listen to the 7 schools. May I remind you of our mechanics? We have 7 school presenters today, as I already mentioned, and as we show the school. So we need to move to the next slide. Okay? Same as yesterday, we allocate 12 minutes for each presenter. That will be followed by 5 minutes question and answer, led by our experts, Dr. Priyanut and my director, Kunduria. For those who did not catch it yesterday, we will time each presentation. At the 10th minute of your presentation, you will hear a music, quite danceable music yesterday. I'm not sure if I can play it now. Sorry for the spelling of play. It should not have E. Music plays on the 10th minute to indicate that only 2 minutes is left. Are we waiting for the sound to play? Do you like the music? I do. All right. You will hear that on the 10th minute. Please, presenter, that means you have 2 minutes left to wrap up, to make your conclusion. And our team in Bangkok will help manage your slides. You have sent them to us in advance. If you want us to move the slide, simply say next or go back if you want us to go back. Now, we allow questions. And today, I believe we will have more opportunities for questions, not only from the experts, but from participants, from the schools, the SEP4 schools, the classroom research schools, other schools participating, even universities. We have quite a lot of universities participating. Please send your questions in the chat box if you are attending Zoom. Please write your questions in the comment section if you are on YouTube Live. We will be monitoring both platforms for your questions. This includes our 14 SEP4 schools. Please feel free to ask questions, send in your comments, even your appreciation by chat box and on YouTube. All right. Before we move on to the first presentation, yesterday, our last school was Anuban Kuchan School, and they featured several activities, but one of the highlight was a school bank. Unfortunately, we could not play the video yesterday. And today, let's start with the video, which is 3 minutes. You will notice that the first minute might be in Thai, but the rest of the videos will be in English. We'll have some explanations in English. Can I see thumbs up from everyone if you want to see the video of Anuban School? Yes, all right. Then let's play the video.
ปีนี้พวกเธอได้เงินมาวันละกี่บาทกันล่ะเราได้มาวันละ70 บาทเขาได้มาวันละ50 บาทตอนเช้าไม่ได้ใช้แล้วก็ใช้ซื้อข้าวซื้อน้ำตอนเที่ยง30 บาทเหลือ20 บาทจะเอามาฝากที่ธนาคารโรงเรียนนี่แหละส่วนเราซื้อข้าวตอนเช้า10 บาทแล้วก็ซื้อข้าวกับน้ำตอนเที่ยงอีก30 บาทกินตอนเย็นอีก10 บาทเราเหลือมาวันละ20 บาทเอาไว้มาฝากธนาคารโรงเรียนแล้วทำไมเราต้องฝากเงินด้วยล่ะเพื่อที่เราจะได้มีเงินออมไว้ใช้ยามฉุกเฉินยังไงล่ะเราไปฝากเงินกันเถอะว้าวแล้วก็ไปสวัสดีค่ะยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่แหล่งเรียนรู้ธนาคารโรงเรียน
The School Bank Learning Center is a learning resort that cultivates students' saving habits and financial planning skill through saving, deposit, and withdrawal when needed. It operates daily during lunch break, about in 30 minutes before afternoon class, following a schedule for grade 1 to grade 9, staffed by both teachers and students. The center maintains saving record in past books. The top 5 savers receive Harmony certificates as top saver and coupon for the school shop. All participants receive certificates ranked as Diamond, Gold, and Gold. The School Bank Learning Center integrates learning based on the Sufficiency Economy Philosophy. Teachers provide knowledge and create activities encourage students to reflect on how to apply the knowledge in their daily life. Lessons are designed around the STEP innovation framework, covering topics like understanding money, budgeting, and calculating interest. Informative displays offer additional self-directed learning opportunities. Besides gaining knowledge, participants receive an annual interest of 1.5% on their total deposits. Funded by profits from the teacher loan welfare program and distributed to all members.
All right. Thank you very much for that video of the school bank at the school Anuban Kochan School in Chonburi. I would like to acknowledge and thank the principal, Ajan Suwarin, and the teacher, Ajan Chonchano. Thank you very much for putting up this video, and this becomes a record of the good work that you are doing in your school. Thank you very much for Ajan Suwarin and Ajan Chonchano. Now, we heard the 7 schools yesterday, and we have this additional bonus for today. We are now on the 8th school. And to get started, let's welcome si Kola Minenga Perdana Wazir, Brunei Darussalam, and their project is called Embodiment of SEP in the Community for Sustainable Living, Lifestyles, and Futures. Shall we welcome the principal, Miss Pinggiran Hajarama, and her teammate, Miss Dayang Haja Fatima. The time is yours, please.
All right. Thank you very much, Abigail. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. It's good to see everyone's back. All right. So for today's sharing, we will be updating, or we'll just give an overview of what have we done so far after returning from our Bangkok trip. Right. So can we go next? So one of the proposed, our title, which is the embodiment of the SEP philosophy for sustainable living. So what the activities that we have conducted is actually to enable the sustainability, sustainable lifestyle and sufficient economy philosophy at school. So the activities are actually categorized according to creating awareness, and also the action, which is embracing and embody the sustainable lifestyles and the use of SEP as our decision. So in terms of the awareness, what we did is that a continuous sharing of SDG lifestyles during the Learn Something Every Day, or the LSED, and also the introductions of SEP to our selected group of teachers. Allow me to share what LSED is all about. The LSED is actually a weekly sharing by the students, focusing on the team, on the SDG team, and and it's actually handled by department. So the teachers for every department will select the themes that they want to share, and the students will do research, and then not only doing research but also to share it with the entire group of students and teachers during our morning assembly. And we just give an overview of sharing as well to our EXCO PTA or PIBG in Brunei. We call it Parents Teachers Associations. And also we also share about the use of the activity that we have with our target school catchment village, and where we invited the village leader to actually look at what we have. And I'm happy to say that the school will be supporting the village, the head village, by doing a sharing about the SEP in probably after term 2, which is in September. Okay. And also we're going to, we're also part of the activities that we conducted is actually to do a sharing on the SEP4School for our cluster 6 school leaders, which is actually scheduled on the 3rd of August. So we are expecting a 20 number of school leaders, principals, and deputies to come to our school for us to share about the SEP4School. In terms of what have we done by embracing and embodiment the sustainable lifestyles and the use of sufficiency economy philosophy to make decisions into our actions, such as bringing your own bottle and cutleries to school for all. And we have an ongoing active recycling of papers, canned drinks, and plastic bottles, activities which involve whole school and also parents. And the use of SEP as a way to guide in the decisions by the entrepreneur club, in which they have been ongoingly creating hand soap from the used cooking oil. And the SEP philosophy is also embedded when the teams involved in the gardening activities, which involve our specially able students, the Scouts Gardening Club, and also the Grow for Life students. Next. Now, the main outputs that we can see, that we observe, include active gardening activities and the installations of solar stations at our designated spaces around schools, and also the availability of recycling bins, not only around the school or outside the school, but also inside the classroom, in which the students are actually engaged in creating their own recycling boxes for papers for them to put inside the classroom. And another outputs that we observe is also the integrations of the SEP principles, using the SEP worksheets into teachers' lesson, and also the activities. The activities we are looking at is actually the CCA club by the entrepreneurial club, and also the gardening club. And of course, the outcomes that we can see visible is that the maximum use for the sustainable development through school community responsibility. So we have different spaces in our school that have been used not only for the agriculture, but we also have space for the composting activity to happen. And the school community actively embrace and support and embodies the sustainable lifestyles. For example, where every Saturday they will bring their own bottle, where we can see our group of students making healthy drinks from their gardens. And also, one of the outcome that is what we really want to see is where we see our subject teachers, selected subject teachers, and then teachers actually incorporate the SEP principles into their subjects and activities. All right, next. This is just an example. I think Ms. Tim can share.
Yes, thank you, Madam Principal. So right now, as you can see, is the pictures of what actually ongoing process. So as currently that we actually have collected around 1,170 kilos of papers, and then 4 kilo, not much. We're trying our best. So that's why regarding on the advice of principal that we are going to have recycling drive, meaning that we are going to actually invited all the parents and other close community to actually donate of the waste material to the school to support our recycling program, our the initiative. So next. So this is the lesson that I've been observed to among the teachers that are selected teachers, the science teachers, the business, art, and technology teachers, and also social studies, where they incorporated the SEP principles in their lessons. So as you can see, they understand what is actually the fundamentals in the SEP. And what I'm interested in the social studies, because as you know, the social studies is just a subject that is not actually a core subject, but the teacher managed to actually incorporate the fundamentals in SEP in his lesson. The topic is very interesting. It's about history of Indonesia and Malaysia. So it's very interesting to see how it actually can manage to attract the students to think and answer using the SEP fundamentals.
All right.
Next. So this is just a glimpse of how we actually shared to the community in the school. And as you can see, that one man is the one man there here is actually the head villagers of Sungai Traban, where he has impromptu visit to our school to see how we actually incorporate this SEP in our schools. And the students, interestingly, shared in the LCD. This is one of the pictures, actually, one of the activities that they have done. And the provocational student showing how they actually can use the waste materials into product. Next. So this is pictures of showing that the agriculture activity, for the farming activity that we have done. So aside from hydroponics, using the traditional method. We also currently progressing to use the fertigation method, where the teacher introduced the fertigation in terms of farming. We choose eggplants using the fertigation, where the fertilizer are going to be automatically generated. So moving on towards this fertigation, our school managed to actually build the solar panel to help the fertigation process, so that whenever there's the electrical disruptions in our school, which is during this term, we have many electrical disruption. We don't know why. So this is not a small matter in the Blight district. It's a big matter. So that's why we have decided to actually develop this solar panel to help this fertigation and hydroponics farming. So as you can see, the small picture that you can see the using of the plastic bottles to show that our school are currently trying to use the sustainable method. So we don't actually need a large space of land to actually doing the farmings. This is the example from the PV. So I will just Dex. So this is just pictures of the activity that has been done in our school from the scouts and the gardening club teams. Next. Yes, another pictures showing that how actually the fertigation, the mini compost area from the provocational students, and also the gardening club, and as well as the club team, the product that we have already harvested the few days ago. Next. So this is example, the pictures showing that the compost bin, the solar panel, and so on. Next. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Bistim. Right, and now allow me to share our 3 major challenges from all the activities that we have done so far. So the first challenge that we find it really challenging is to promote the bring your own bottles and cutlery and recyclings to become norm among the students. So as our way forward, what we did to address this issue is to actually assign or to put Saturday as our designated day for bringing your own bottle for all students and teachers. And we actually urge for all the community to bring their own bottles and also cutlery to school, to any school related events. For example, when we had our recent students academic camp, so everybody will be bringing their own cutlery and bottles, and we just provide them with the food. Another major challenge is to actually having a continuous commitment and support from the canteen vendor for the bring your own bottles initiative in school. And that is the reason why we have Saturday as the only day at the moment for our bring your own bottle day. But of course, every other day, students will also bring it voluntarily. And another interruptions for our plan to integrate SEP into our continuous assessment, school-based continuous assessment, in which due to our recent introductions of assessment tasks. Okay, so it's our way forward. We select the subjects, and of course, in our planning for 2025, we will integrate the SEP worksheet into the car booklet. Next. So the impact that we can see is that the changes towards sustainable lifestyles and practices of the school community, not 100%, but at least we see it's growing. And then we also able to conduct surveys or just to have a quick reflections from the students about the SEP principles and how they can actually apply and resonate in their daily life. And we can see a high level of empathy and resilience among the individuals, especially when it's related to recycling and of course the agriculture. So our recommendations is to actually provide teachers with professional development opportunities to help them to better understand SEP and implement it into their teaching practices. We organize community workshops that promote SEP involving everybody, and also to create peer learning networks among school community to SEP related experience, challenges, and innovative. Next. All right, so this is our future plan, and yes, we will continue this. And as you can see, that everything that we have planned is actually a tick, but then integration part we put a tick and a cross because this is something as our room for improvement in the future. And of course, we will extend our agricultural initiative, looking at more innovative system for us to introduce to our students. Next, of course, in the whole school approach, regardless of selected teachers incorporate the SEP, but for the other activities, we are actually involving 58 teachers, 352 students, and 30 school community at the moment. And we are hoping to expand more in the future. So I think that's basically it from us. Thank you very much. Back to you, Abigail.
Thank you very much. The teamwork really works so well with this presentation, as we've even seen it back in Konpatom in February. Thank you very much for the many good things that have happened since then. And to lead the discussion after the first presentation of the day, I would like to kindly invite our SEP in education expert, Dr. Pianutka, to kindly lead the discussion.
Yes, thank you, Abigail, and thank you, the team, the principal Rama and Fatima. Big applause to you. This is
Thank
just
you.
wonderful project. Yes, with not we don't have much time, but I have 3 points. One is that I think you have utilized your school ecosystem in the maximum way to create a learning society with your innovative ideas. I think this is just great things. But my small questions is that because you have various planting system, right? You have the soil system, the traditional one. You have the aquaponics, and then you have this fertigation system. When students are going to do at their home, how they make a decision to choose, whether they are going to use the traditional one, or can they do the hydroponics, or can they apply the fertigation system? Maybe you can explain more because, school is the place that they learned, but then if they can practice at home, that would be more, substantial learning, right? So that's the first thing. My second question is that I'm so impressed that you use the SEP worksheet. This is just wonderful, from an instructor point of view. I just would like you to elaborate more so that people understand how you are doing. Are you using the SEP worksheet at the planning, planning stage, to plan, to make it more like prudent in planning to do the projects or activities, or you use the SEP worksheet at the assessment stage only, as you mentioned, at your CAA. And following that second question, please tell us about, the differences when you have this SEP worksheet integrated in your, working process. So 3 small questions from me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Such a wonderful questions from you. Okay, so number one, correct me if I'm wrong. The different agriculturing system that we are actually applying at a different designated area. Okay, and it's actually handled by different groups of students and teachers. Okay, so just to share with you, although we are unable to produce the result yet, actually Miss Team and the team has actually come up with a banner. So for every station, we're gonna put the banner showing the SEP principle. They already work out on what are the knowledge that you need to know when you want to integrate solar, because for our fertigation system is actually fully generated by the solar station. Okay, so we will have the banner to be put at every area so that the students can actually see and learn, because the plan that we see in the future, it can be a learning stations for everyone. So when they see all the basic the 2, 3, 4 models with answers there, so it allows them to think which is the best for them to bring back home. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hope it answers your question. Number
Yes.
two, number 2 is when do we use it, correct? Okay, allow me
Yes.
to give my students as an example. So when we do the the project-based learning, so one of the things that the students need to do is to come up with a solution. So when they come up with a solutions, they have a 3 options of solutions, which one to choose, and they will choose the final one. So when I use for me, I use the SEP worksheet in terms of why they finally decide on that first, that the only final prototype.
Okay.
So that's
At
what they're
planning
using.
stage. Okay.
Yes. What is your the final question?
The last one is that, did you see any difference when you incorporate the SEP principles in your school activities? That
Yes.
just give us some example that you are impressed the most. Yes.
Yes, one thing that I can see from our students is that they are really thinking hard enough, trying to connect why they want to do this. Why do we need to have this knowledge? Why do we need to have all these virtues? So it's actually allowing them to have the confidence that this is the decisions that I make, which I'm supported with the 2, 3, 4 model set principles. And that's where I see it. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. Best wishes for your moving forward on your activities.
Thank
Back to
you.
you, Abigail, or the director.
Thank you very much, Jan Prayonut. Inviting my center director if she would like to give some comments.
Yes, very impressive project. And I just see from your presentation that you presented that there is one impact, that you see the changes of practices in the school community. So it means that your student also work with the community, right? And can you name just one example of the change in the community?
All right. When you talk about the community, the school community, yeah, I'm referring to the school community here. I have 2 examples. Number 1 is that the Bring Your Own Bottles initiative itself. Okay. So what we can see that there has been an increased number of students carrying their own bottle to school, rather even to buy from the canteen vendor. Okay. Or is even using just drinking water from the dispenser that we have provided. That's number 1. Number 2 is that the engagement and the involvement of parents willing to send their plastic bottles to school for us, just to support us, because for what Ms. Tim has already shared earlier, our target is to actually collect 1,000 bottles per trip. And so that's why we are really engaging the parents and the community as a whole. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think Abigail, you may continue to the next presenter.
Thank you very much, Dr. Prayonut and Kunduria. I think my favorite in this project is the banner. Like, the students know right away, okay,
Yeah.
this is the station I want to go in. I want to learn this.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good reminder. It's always there. So what is this for? I think that's my favorite part of the project. So let's give a warm round of virtual applause to our first presenter today, Miss Rama and Miss Fatima. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's move on and welcome our next presenter of the day. It's all the way from Lao PDR. We'd like to invite the second school And just updating the PowerPoint. We've got the PowerPoint updates just an hour ago. Pasati Patay Secondary School, their project is waste management with the aim to educate and cultivate students' mindset and awareness. Let's all welcome the principal, Mr. Anusak, and the teacher, Mr. Kuntong. The time is yours, please.
Hello, everybody. On behalf of the teacher of Pasati Patay Secondary School, Laos, I would like to present my implement project for waste management project. This start February 2024. It completed June 2025. Project for component and members, teachers, and students. Next. Activity conducted. Campaign with students and teachers and on waste sorting and advise students in each class how to sort waste. Through widespread garbage stations, rubbish bins such as papers, plastic, and metals. Materials. Next, key put-outs and outcomes. First, 20 classes and 750 students advised how to sort waste. Second, 4 stations of garbage and 64 rubbish bins provided for 20 classes. Second, collected papers a total of 340 kilos. Plastic more than 300 kilos and metals total 24 kilos. Key outcomes. We can get income from this 32,000 kids from this. We measure some students do not understand and involve enough. Suggested solutions, recommendations insufficient. Educate and cultivate the mindset for students' awareness on proper waste management. Project impact. Most students know how to proper waste management. Reduction in waste generation. Students can get more income from waste. Future plans. Continue the budget in next semester, September every year. Collaborate with stakeholders to create a comprehensive waste management plan. Participation. Total number of students involved 715. Total number of teachers involved 45. Total number of school lectures involved 1. Total number of community members no, because it's first time. Private sector was people company. That's all for my presentation. This is a picture for sorting different plastics. Garbage station for plastic bottles. Garbage stations for 3 different. This picture of our activities. Rubbish bins for sorting waste that made from bamboo, waste from our wisdom.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anusak. Thank you. Before I invite our experts, I'd like to suggest to Mr. Anusak to come closer to the microphone, because when your face comes closer to the screen, the audio is better. So come closer to the screen ka when you respond after comments and feedback from our experts. So may I invite starting with Ajahn Priyanutka.
Yes, thank you so much, Ajahn and Anusak and the team to, working on this project. The waste management is very important for all of the countries, and it's good to start, when start from young generations. Okay. I have one comment and one questions. Okay. I'll start with the comments first. You you say something like, students have not involved much, on in the activities. Maybe we can start from creating the incentives, make students want to do this. So we can do in various ways. First is that by understanding why this is good thing to do, right? And this can be integrated in the social subjects when they when they study about the earth system, the land, the climate change, right? And they know that this is good for them in the future if they can reduce the waste, especially plastic, to the land. So that's by knowledge. So when students have the good reason to do this, I think they will involve more and with high spirits, right? Want to reduce waste. The second incentive that I think you can do is that we call this in Thailand waste to wealth. Waste to wealth turns the waste, the garbage, into money or something that is good for the living. So you mentioned that you can sell the plastic bottles, the waste, and turn it into wow, so many keeps. I saw like 300,000 keeps or something. So if the system is set up in the way that the students can have their share when they return, the collect the plastic bottles and they can get the money back. So that's the second incentive. One with knowledge, the other with make it easy with money. So if you create this incentive system, I think students will love it and do it, involved in the activities more. So that's my suggestion for your further activities in the future. The second one is a question. Um, uh, how did you integrate the SEP? I see that you give knowledge of the how to separate the garbage and everything, and I love so much when you have the bamboo basket, which is the cultural dimensions, in your activities. How about this, three principles: moderation, reasonableness, prudent. Remember three principles of SEP. How teachers or students or even the principal integrate these three principles in your activity. Maybe you can explain more a little bit on this. You see, I can see the knowledge things. I can see the 4 dimensions, the economy, the culture, society, but I don't see yet the moderation, reasonableness, and prudent in the activities. Do you want to explain more on this? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me comments and to improve our implement in the future project. Thank you. For your question, I would like to share about SEP.
Mr. Kuntong, sorry, please come closer to the microphone so we can hear you. Yes. No, we don't hear you.
Yeah, we try to.
Sorry, Ka, we don't hear you. Maybe get closer to Jan Anusak. Probably the speaker is closer to him. Try again, Ka. Try again.
Abigail, maybe we can let the team like type in the chat box if the microphone is not working well. How about that? So that we
Yes,
can learn
Ka.
together without using your time.
Yes, Ka.
You can ask the team to do that.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajan. Mr. Anasak, Mr. Kuntong, you may also type in the chat box. We cannot hear properly. Next time, Ka, we have to use something like this.
Maybe the SEP Center should provide all schools with that for the online meeting.
Ajan, you are saying something, Ajan Anusak. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Your audio fades here and there, so we cannot actually hear you. But if you can type in the chat box is also better, probably.
Okay.
I guess the most important clarification that Dr. Pianut wants to find out is how moderation, reasonableness, and prudence integrated, included in the project implementation.
Or maybe Ajahn Anusaka, like or maybe did you use the SEP worksheet like our friends in Indonesia did? Did you use the SEP worksheet? Make
Brunaika.
teachers or student, use the worksheet. So that's I think that's good enough, Abigail. I think there's a problem with the microphone.
All right. How about like this, Ka? Ajan Anusak and Ajan Kuntong, we can go back to your school later on in the open forum. How about that? And if somebody in your school could help with the sound system, we can go back to your school and we can go back to those questions. Okay? Yes. Thank you very much. So I am sorry for that technical problem. It would have been nice if we can hear from them directly, but we will come back to the team in a bit at the end of the presentations of the other schools. So let's get on then with the next set of team presenting for this morning. And we'd like to invite the third school for today, Sekolah Menengah Science, Kuching, Malaysia.
Yes.
Okay. The project is called Recycling Project, focusing on inculcating habit and practice of managing and recycling waste. It sounds very similar, but let's see the different aspect of this project implementation. So we have with us Miss Norhayati binti Masen. The principal is Mr. Othman bin Ibrahim. So let's give them the time.
Okay. Can you hear me? Hello, Sawadika.
Yes,
Very,
loud
very
and
clear?
clear.
Very clear?
Sawadika. Loud
Yeah.
and clear.
Yeah. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning to all. Nice to see everyone here. Okay. So my principal is on the way back from KL to Kuching on the flight. Okay. So he sent regards to you all. But together with me is my team, Miss Nurul and Miss Zarina, and also one of my students. Okay, together with us today. So our project is Science School Waste Fighters. The project name. We are doing recycling project. Okay, so next slide please. Okay, this is our project proponents and members. Okay, so my principal Mr. Osman, and this project is under co-curriculum. All right, and me myself as the coordinator, and the backbone of this project is Miss Nurul here together with me. I would like to say thank you. Thanks so much for her effort, and also my student here. Next slide, please. This is collection day committee. Eldon is with me here.
Hello.
Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, and this is the student committee. Okay, about the SWAF project. Okay, next slide. Okay, the activities conducted. Okay, just for your information. Once I came back from Thailand, I share my trip in Thailand with the school committee. Okay, share regarding the on-site training in Thailand, what they did in Thailand, in school in Thailand. Okay, so that's why at least my student and the teachers have the overview about how the school in Thailand did the recycling project. Okay, I saw the message, is it? Okay, and then so the recycling project, the objective is to identify what basic material can be recycled, and also to inculcate the habit and practice of managing the recycling waste, and instill the importance of recycling in daily life. We did this one last year, but once I came back from Thailand, so I could see a different perspective. So that's why I need to put the knowledge, also the virtues, okay, how to inculcate the responsibility among the student and the teachers. So the next step, we do the in-house training for the committee members. At least they have the clear vision and mission. Okay, so by learning by doing, then we do the inter-class moss collected recyclable things. Okay, so if you can see what I display about how we instill the moderation, the SAPs integrate with these activities: moderation, reasonable, and prudence. All right, next slide, please. Okay, the 3 key outputs and outcomes. The first one, okay, as I mentioned just now, we share with my school committee about how Thai integrate the SEP in schools and communities. Okay, then the outcome is our school start to use recycle bin. Last time, yes, we have our own bin, but now it's more focused. We use the basket. Every class have their own, so separate recycle bin according to the designated categories. Okay, so next, and the second one, the second output is we managed to plan the activities. Last time we do one time, then we finish, but now we put it into longer duration so that it's be more frequent, and also we also link with the other committees such as Krinikan, one in the Kuching who in charge the waste item. Okay, so next slide, and this is another one key output is our collection record. In June we managed to collect about 1,368 kilogram mixed paper, black and white papers, and also mixed plastic. As you can see, that is the number. And I could see that the student, especially the student, become more motivated to separate the recyclable in daily life because they can manage to get side income for the club and the class. Okay, next. And the three major challenges is the student mindset mentality. This one I focus to the new student, especially the Form 1 student when they come into the school, they don't have the idea what it's been for, and we have to restart it over again. So how to overcome this one is we must make sure all students involved with this activity. Last time it's only involved with the club itself, the member of the club. Now we open it to the whole whole student, right? Join the awareness talk, event and activities, join any related competitions, and also we do some incentive reward system. If they join, they will get the lucky draw and something like that. Okay. The next issue is time constraint because our school is boarding school, residential school, and we have a lot of activities. So the SWAF project could not be implemented as scheduled due to overlap. So we have to postpone, especially the date of collection. So my suggestion to the team, and my team also suggests that we're supposed to put it into the school annual calendar, fix it so that they won't overlap. And the last one, this is the next issue, is the space area to keep the recycle waste, okay? Because we prepare the cage, but it's open space and limited, especially during when it's rain and strong wind, the paper will blow and it cannot be sell, right? So to overcome that one, we keep the recycled items in the plastic bags, okay? So I also propose to the management team to prepare, to find another suitable place, at least closed area, so that we can keep before we sell the recycled item. All right, next slide. So the project impact is, of course, as you can see, is economy part. The economy part is generate side income. My student and even the teachers they're also happy because we managed to generate more income. Before this, we just give it to the Trinitans. We don't get any money. But now we have. So once I come back from the Thailand, so we get like what Dr. Priyanut mentioned just now, waste to wealth, right? We have extra money, and then the society brings the people together, and the student is very now is there's more. I could see the change of behavior. Before they throw the trash, they would think this one can be recycled or not, right? Something like that. And the culture and also the environment, the care of the cleanliness in the school. And and then if you ask me what is the recommendation on how this philosophy could be better shared, understood, and appreciated is by doing, embedded in our daily life. Okay, learning by doing. Okay, that is my opinion. Okay, the project impact. But if you want to ask the student impact, I can invite my student to give feedback. Eldon, you want to share something?
Sure, like to share.
Yeah, you see here. The impact from the student perspective.
Hello. So in my personal perspective as a student, I can say that major changes have been made due to their participation in this project, and especially with the inter-class recycling competitions, where in one way it recites, it creates a form of motivation for them to start recycling and start taking initiative on the product, on the project itself. And even after this project ended, right, the students, in my perspective, they still implement this principle in their mind. To name several examples, which are allocated trash bin are still filled with recyclables, even though the school have allocated any date for the collection date for that competition. It haven't been set yet for this year yet, but it will be soon. And secondly, there's less trash in the school compound. And before the project start, I can see many trash around here, around there, and I can see that trash could have potential to be a recyclable material. And also, it also creates a form of personal behavior, because I have a friend that collect that collects tin casually by just asking, "Oh, did you already drink that? Can I have it? Oh, thank you." So and he managed to make a side income of 25 ringgit, or is equivalent to $5, $4 to $5, and for that he just casually collects tins. So I would say that due to this project, it created a positive change in students, and in the future, it might lead to a more sustainable and eco-friendly, a more SEP school environment. So I'd like to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eldon. That one is fresh life response from my student. Next slide. Okay. Next slide. So future plans. This project expected to be completed in November. Initially, we planned by August, but still certain activity we postponed. So by November, we're going to improvise the activities and will be continued in 2025. And also collaborate with school communities. And I also talked with Madam Rama also, because we have the same idea project, because I want to bring my student to Brunei so that they could see how Brunei school did that one. Initially want to bring them to Thailand, but due to the budget, we go to on the same land first. Okay, next slide. Last slide is participation. The number of students involved is 517, and the teachers, as you can see. So that's all from Science Kuching. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Very impressive. Yay, Alden.
Alden, yes.
Thank you, thank you.
I cannot
You
hear
have to
you.
turn on your mic, Abigail.
Thank you. I'm sure
Yes.
this will generate a very nice discussion, and let's invite Dr. Priyanut, please, to lead that.
Yes. Wow. I'm just, amazed by your project, the advance,
Thank you.
the complete of integrating SEP. I think this can be a good model that, many schools can learn from you. So because you are so advanced in this, waste management activities, so I would like to push you further to a more difficult stage.
Okay.
Okay. When we say waste to wealth, sometimes there is a trap in there.
Yeah.
Why we call a trap? Because, if we think about what will be the ultimate purpose or the long-term achievement of this project, it should not be wealth. Creating wealth should not be. It should be less and less waste.
Yes, true.
So moving forward, not to, try to get more income from waste, but to make waste be zero.
Correct.
So that is more difficult. And a lot of schools, even communities, starting from doing waste to wealth, to get incentive, to get awareness, to change perspective, as you and your team and your nice, bright students, have mentioned. The next step is maybe you can compete on coming up with innovative idea to
Yes,
reduce
yes.
and reuse.
Yes.
So the annual assessment should be less and less waste.
Okay. Okay. Thank
No.
you for your.
Right? Yes, because many schools, progressing towards the wrong direction. They try to create more and more ways to create more and more wealth, which is not. We have to move along the zero waste path. So I give you a challenge when we see each other next time.
Okay. We
Have come
try.
up with a plan. Students competing with innovative ideas to do reuse and reduce, to
Yes.
move towards zero waste. Then
Okay.
you are
Inshallah.
my A++ student. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
This
you
is
for your
very
input and your advice. We try look
Yes.
more way forward for that one. Yes, thank you.
Okay, back to you, Abigail.
And Kundiria, I'm sure we'll have something to add, please.
Thank you. I think that your project is quite clear in terms of your presentation. You
Thank
follow the SEP element quite well and relate to each core principle so that we can see, how SEP is integrated in your project. And even you plan to have the network with some school in Brunei, that's good for you and for the SEP4School as a whole. And you mentioned that you would like to bring if you have some budget,
Yes,
you would like to
true.
bring your student to Thailand. I will see what I can do for you.
Thank you.
And especially when
This
you have
August.
involvement with from your student, that it means that your project works very well and you involve all the stakeholder with through understanding of the set.
Yes.
So this is one of the perfect project that I would like to see.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you for your all guidance also.
Mhm.
Okay, because you bring us to that, then we got some idea that bring back to Kuching. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. So, Madam Munji, want to say something? My teammate, my backbone.
Mhm. So thanks to the whole team. Yeah.
Yeah, they are
Especially the
here.
students.
Yes.
Yeah. Mhm. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful, Miss Yati. Although we cannot see the other members.
You want to
Maybe-
see other members, please?
Yeah.
Hi.
Maybe because hello. Okay, say hello to the group.
Hello.
Thank you very much for the great efforts, and it would be good to know more what will happen in Brunei. And as my
Yes.
director has already mentioned, so looking forward, and I want to go with you to Brunei.
Tak apa, tak apa.
All right, great. So much hearts and appreciation to
Yes.
the team. I think there are some messages particularly highlighting Alden's participation in the
Yeah.
chat box. Alden, you can read the messages and appreciation to you in the chat box.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Wonderful. All right. Moving on to our next presentation. We are now coming back to Thailand. And for the 11th school, we are looking at, this is interesting, interest-based curriculum, applying King's science to education and sustainable development, with the aim of promoting student-centered learning activities and promoting sustainable learning. From the school, Sopisai Pitayakom School in Buen Kam, Thailand. Let's welcome the team of the principal, Mr. Chawana, and the team member, Ms. Wanrat. The time is yours, please. Will Ms. Wanrat start the presentation or the principal? Take your time. Chern Kajan.
All right, so good morning, everyone. I am the representative of Dr. Chawana Paviutit from Sufficiency Economy School in Thailand. So today we are going to present about the topic of interest-based curriculum applying science to educational and sustainable development. So next, please. So for our project objective, there are three objectives for today. The first one, to apply SEPs into our school curriculum. And the second one is to promote student-centered learning activities for sustainable learning. And the last one for our objective is to set the main goal of school curriculum to support the student futures for further study or work. And next, please. So this one.
Now.
About this one is our curriculum that we use since 2000. Sorry. 21 until now we apply this one. And for this one in the left hand side is the curriculum for our students that are age 13 to 15 years old, and in the right hand side is for moment please. Thank you.
Okay, next will be like teacher one that will give you more about the information about this.
Oh, sorry. Everyone, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. I would like to start about the our project again. It's sorry about with the team. Yeah. Okay, Nick, stop. Nick, stop. Okay. Finish. Okay. I'm sorry for our confused about the presentation. Surely it's meant. Yeah. So, oh, I'm very sorry for all.
Ajan, you want us to go back to your first slide?
Yeah. I would like to
Okay.
go back to the first slide.
From the beginning, ka. Okay.
Yeah. As you know, about the Sufficiency Economy School, we had the project in the interest-based curriculum, applying science to educational and sustainable development. What? It's okay now?
Yes,
Oh.
we hear you, Ka. We hear you.
I think it's the slide and my voice is not matched, so it's quite slow. Okay, I would like to go to about the project objective. The first one, we would like to apply SEP into school curriculum. And number two, to promote student center learning activity for sustainable learning. And objective number three,
Ajan, Ka, if you want us to move the slides, please just say next, Ka.
and the third one, to set the main goal of school curriculum to support the student future. Yeah, I would like to next slide. Yeah, for all of these, there are study plan for lower secondary and upper secondary. So next, please. Yes. For the slide.
No.
Activity conducts we makes for the meeting of school curriculum and the brainstorming from the student council. Next, please. The third activity, we are presenting and finding a common conclusion from the curriculum basic education committee, and the last one expressing the curriculum main content to the parent meeting. From the four activity, we use the moderation for the quality of teacher, classroom supplement, and for the reasonable, we focus on the to prepare the student to learn, practice, and realize. And then protection or listening, we decide to make the student understand the real life working. Next, please. For the key outcome, output and outcome. About the key output and outcome. The first one, we got the breakdown of the curriculum, and then we got the school curriculum management, increasing aware of the practice of SEP into education. The second, accomplished school curriculum, the student feel partly and aware of the application to SEP in principle in education. The third one, dissemination of school curriculum to the stakeholder. Parents accept the school curriculum. Next. Major challenge. The school curriculum is outstanding and it recognized is a model curriculum in Bangkok province. So it's a challenge for us to prove the number two, the integration of SEP principle. Into teaching and learning activity to follow up, providing knowledge and monitoring closely. Yeah. About the last one is a background of the SEP standing for the curriculum. It's not just for the agriculture, but it should be in the educational next. Okay, I would like to talk about impact. I would like to talk about the impact to the student. Students that got reasonable thinking and knowing themselves own interests and what they want to do in the future, moderation, their family budget to support learning, protection and resilience, they need to think about trend of future work, future career after they graduate. Impact to the teacher, they need to brush up their oh, sorry. Impact to the school manager, they have to change administration strategy. Impact to community, the parent know that the school makes the new style curriculum. They no need to take their student to the big city. Okay?
Ajan, go ahead with your future plans.
Okay, about the future plan, we have to implement our curriculum and evaluation until academic year 2026. The last one, total number of participants are, yes, number of participants are 2,005 students, 108 teachers, 5 administrators, and 2,030 people of community member involved, parents, basic education committee, and community leaders. Totally, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ka Ajan Wanrat, and for presenting the project as well on behalf of the principal, Mr. Chawana, who is apparently on mission. He's traveling. Thank you very much. I'd like to invite Dr. Priyano to start the discussion. Thank you, please.
Hi, สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์วันรัตน์ Thank you so much for telling us about your I think to integrate SEP into the school curriculum is not an easy task. So maybe if you and you know, because it's not like other schools that integrate the SEP mindset, the list of questions, you know, guiding SEP's thinking into activities, right? But into curriculum, I think that's quite difficult. So if you, Ajahn Vanrat, or your teachers team, you know, can tell us, you know, how, or maybe how is it takes too much time to explain, but you know, what is, maybe it's about how, you know, how did you start? How did you start to integrate the SEP into the classroom teaching? You have the curriculum, it's great. We see the lessons plan and everything. You yourself or your teachers team, anyone can maybe elaborate further. How do you integrate the SEP, you know, maybe by questionings, or like we talk about QPA, questioning, planning, action, reflection, right? Maybe you can tell us more about, you know, a concrete activities, how you integrate SEP into your classroom teaching. Okay, because we know about curriculum, but we really want to know about the activities in the classroom. How you integrate that?
Okay. At first, I would like to mention for the an example of the our study plan. For example of um, teacher Thai and social study free for teacher, right? So at first we try to use many material, right? For the teacher, they have to make a teaching material, right? So
Yes.
when we prepare our student in the classroom, we talk about them about the moderation. We have to plan how many material and how much budget we use. And when we make a teaching material, we how many times we use it, not just only one teaching material, use one
Okay.
for time, right?
So think about limited resources, the funding,
Yes.
limited time. So you make a decision how you plan to have the teaching materials. Okay, that's moderation. That's good enough. Yes. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. And then about the knowledge, so we have to consider with the student the level of the student who we will teach, right? For example, lower or upper student, we have to choose the knowledge format to them.
Okay, not too difficult, not too easy to understand. Okay, so that's moderation, reasonableness, yes. And how about prudence? How do you use prudence principle,ภูมิ
Student,
คุ้มกัน in your
yeah,
teaching activities?
and it's very noisy. Yeah, I think about the prudence, about the like a context when we choose to to teach the student, we should make it useful for them, for the student, not dangerous or risk for something. I think.
Okay. To plan the activities, not to create any danger in the classroom activities. Okay. Thank you so much.
I hope my answer will suit for your question.
Yes. Just to let our friends know how teachers incorporate, in teaching activities, not learning activities of students, right? But how teachers incorporate the set principles in teaching activities. I think you explained it really clear. Thank you so much, Jan Vanrat and the team and the teachers team. Thank you so much. Back to you, Abigail.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Priyanut. For classroom research participants, I hope you are listening because this is very useful for your projects. Before we move on, would Kundriya have something to add?
Well, just a quick comment that I know that this is not very easy for you to develop because you have to work with like the school board, and you have to work with some expert in the area. So I just want to support what you are doing, and if we have a chance to visit Bungan, I believe that we will visit your school as well and see more about the curriculum, because this is the starting point on how you integrate SEP into the education. And also another point is that I just would like to highlight a little bit, because you haven't mentioned about this, is about your teacher. Because when you develop the curriculum, you have to also train your teacher on how to design the classroom activity as well. So it's not easy, but please continue to do that and work with your cluster schools in the area, because from your presentation, I understand that you have the model and it's acceptable in Bungan already, that this is one of the model that will be used. So with full support to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kunduria. Thank you for the team of Ajan Wanrat of Supisai Pitayacom School. I have to pronounce this correctly now. Bengkan.
Yes, Bungan.
Bengkan.
Supisai Pitayacom.
Supisai Pitayacom. And we are going to your school, according to my director, Ajan Wanrat. We are visiting your school. Thank you very much for the team, and send our kindest regards to the principal, Ajan Chawana. Moving on, friends, we are still in Thailand, but this time we are going further south to Phuket. Now welcoming a project called SEP Integrated Teaching Model using constructive and cooperative activities. Now this is moving to another level from how we have heard from Supisai Pitayacom School. Now we will see a concrete model now. So welcoming the team from Srinagarindra, the Princess Mother School, the Deputy Director Ajan Ratanapon, and the team, including Ajan Kritsanapong. Take your time, please, Ka.
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning, our beloved SEP4School team. Welcome to Srinagarindra, the Princess Mother School, Phuket, under the royal patronage of Her Royal Highness Princess Mahajakri Sirinthorn. Greeting from Phuket, Thailand. We really miss you and hope to see you soon. So today is our great honor to present about SEP4School project implementation, about the development of SEP integrated teaching model, supporting the students to be active and initiative learners through constructive and cooperative activities toward quality education for sustainable development. Next, please. So our school background, as everyone know, that our school surrounded by the mangrove forest, and the school realized about how important of the mangrove is important to environment, economics, and learning management. So the school, we would like to develop the student about the academic competence, such as knowledge, skill, attitude, and behavior, and along cultivate green mindset and support active learning and initiative thinking. So the school adopt Sufficiency Economy Philosophy SEP School Education Management. And this day, the student has achieved the learning objective and have presented some SEP characteristic. Let's see, next. So about our objective, we developed the SEP integrated teaching model with support, cooperation, and active learning in the context of school environment. The second, to establish the integrated and cooperative classroom activities that develop the school knowledge, skill, moral, along cultivating SEP mindset and green mindset. The third one, to build a network with other schools in order to promote SEP integrated teaching model. So this year we have many school network to come and sharing and visit our school. And the last one, to enhance the external collaboration with other organizations, community, supporting education for sustainable development. Next, please. So the target group, we have 2,635 students and 110 teachers. The project duration, we start from December last year to September 2024. But in fact, we keep continue this project forever. So the main activities with SEP integration, we have two sections. The first section is about curricular activities, 8 subject groups. And the other section is about the extracurricular activities, about the canoeing for health, for the ocean, trash bank, crab sanctuary, skill botanical garden, and Kok Nongle, and etc. activity. Next, please. So today we are proudly to present about the development of SEP integrated teaching model and implementation of SEP integrated teaching model in the classroom activity. So our school, we have the school design the broadcast model under the lead of the school director, Mr. Montri Ponpon. We have the broadcast model. We have the main value, the main things is about the sufficiency economy philosophy. CAST is about the behavior learning. We have knowledge, attitude, and skill. Normally we have KAP. Our school focus on the skills because in the future, in the 21st century, the student must gain the potential skill for the future to their life in the future. And then we have the BRO. The BRO is about the project-based learning. The problem-based learning is the challenging situation. And when the student gain the knowledge, attitude, and skill, they have the competency. They have their own profile, their their portfolio, and they stay in the sustainability in the 4 dimension, the lifelong learning development in the 4 dimension. We have the output, the broadcast model, the skill set integrated teaching model we develop. And we have 110 lesson plan were designed by adopting the SEP integrated. That if you visit our school, we will have the all from 8 subject to show you and about how we do the broadcast model in our school. So if you come to visit at you, we will share this to everyone. So about approximately all the students have participated the classroom activity with SEP is implemented. And the outcome, 100% of teachers are able to implement SEP for designing their lesson. They understand and apply SEP in their lesson plans. And the average of about 70% students understand SEP and are able to use SEP as a tool to attain the knowledge and develop their skill. Next, please. Okay, for next, I would like to welcome teacher Krishnapong Pracha because he used the technique, the teaching method technique about the broadcast model. So please welcome Mr. Krishnapong Pracha.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Director. Let me elaborate on the lesson design. Let's take a look at the broadcast model. There are many teaching techniques adopted in this learning. We have problem-based learning, we project-based, place-based, phenomenon-based, and QS, CCS, CLT, so on and so forth. So these techniques were used as a tool to develop the student skills, the knowledge, by using their SEP mindset. So when let me start with the designing the lesson. We start with the 2 conditions of SEP, the knowledge and virtue. So that the teachers have to decide that what knowledge is necessary to the students in terms of the learning, the academic achievement or learning style, they behave, they lifestyle, then or even the furthering they higher education. So the next the teacher have to decide or make the decision which virtues that the student need to cultivate in order to accomplish the task. And then the teacher need to decide the time about the time management, the material that they need they use in their classroom activities in moderation. They have to make sure that the time, the content, or the teaching materials is sufficient to their learning activities. And then they have to make sure that they have to make sure that these lesson that they provided to the student is necessary to the student in terms of, as I have mentioned before, the life skill fostering they study in the higher education. And the last thing is that the prudence, they have to make sure that we have to make sure that our lesson is flexible, is up to date or not, or is adaptable to the changing world. And following those SEP principle, the teacher are able to integrate the SEP to their classroom activities. That is about the teacher side for designing the lesson for the student side. The outcome in the student side, we also use the SEP worksheet introduced by Ajahn Priyanut. As we haven't mentioned before, some lessons are used. Sorry, in some lesson, the project-based learning or problem-based learning are adopted. So that's the student requested to do their own project, and they also use the SEP worksheet introduced by Ajahn Priyanut when we go to Nakhon Pathom last time. And so that the student have to when they do the project themselves, they have to tell us about the rationale, the background. Is it that necessary to their own life or their own learning styles? And they have to tell what the core value or the core characteristics that they have to have in order to accomplish their task or their project. And besides that, the next please. Next please. These are the lesson plans, and at the end of the at the end of the lesson, we have to discuss on the impacts of their project or the lessons objectives to each dimension, economic dimension, the material, the environment, or society dimensions. And this is the atmosphere of learning activity in this classroom. And next, please. Next slide, please. And not only the classroom activity, we also provide the extracurricular activities to the student to make sure that the student can learn and cultivate the SEP mindset. We have like about 10 or activities. We give the examples: the botanical garden, the trash bank, the calf sanctuary, and Kok Nong Lei, for example. I will show you the output of the integrations of SEPT into the extracurricular activities. We also have a lesson plan integrated botanical garden with infusing of SEP elements. And we have the touch bank is now well established. They are 79 classroom and including educational personnel participating in this project. Actually, we have 81 classroom, but 79, this data we got from the the classroom that sell the recyclable trash to the bank, and the two I also go to the classroom. I also have I also saw the basket with the empty bottles, but they haven't sold them to the trash bank yet. So the number 79 is the number of the classroom that have already sold the empty bottles and the recyclable trash to the bank. And the last one is the canoeing activity, which once used to be only the activity to school and conducted as CSR. Now has become a small ecotourism program for those who are keen on conserving environmental resource. And next, please. This is what we have done for the school botanical garden. We have the lesson plans, and we go into the mangrove forest and learn about the environment. And yes, and next, please. This is the photos that we have done the activity that's called canoeing for health and for the ocean. Yes, it is the Cap Sanctuary. Next, please. And this is the trash bank. The student collect the empty bottles or the other recyclable materials and sell to the trash bank. And this is a Kok Nong Lei model. Is the model that managing the land by using the SEP principles. And this, the last activity that we have conducted is extending and the outcome and external cooperation. We have in the past years, we have many schools have come to this school and visit us, and we share about how we conduct the lesson activity, the classroom activities and the extracurricular activities by integrating the STEP principles. And lately we have like since last December until now, we have about 3 schools under the secondary educational service area office, Phanga, Phuket, Ranong, visiting us. They like 3 schools, namely the Kwa Kili K School, Gokya Vitya School, and Kapong Vitya School. And we also have more and more the school to come and visit us and share with us about the SEP integration. Actually, we also be the guest speaker for this
batch 2. This batch 2, Miss Sasi Pratip Nathalang, she is invited from SEP to join the batch 2 representative the lesson plan about SEP and SDG. So because of the outcome of 100% of the teacher who are able to implement SEP designing in their lesson plan, so we can show that up to all the CMO SEP country. And our teacher is one of the representatives to share the idea on that day.
And next, please. The challenge that we face in implementing SEP into our classroom activities were limitations of tools used in monitoring teaching SEP in each classroom. We only we only ask for the report from each teachers for the learning results or the learning outcomes from the teachers. And also we correct the reflection writing from the teachers and the student as well. But as I have said before, that it's kind of limitation. So we need to find the practical way or the authentic way to monitor whether the SEP mindset is cultivated in each individual. And the suggestion, the classroom supervision is recommended. So next, please.
Ajan 1 minute to finish the remaining slides ka.
Thank you. Okay, and the impact that we have the impact on material, social, and environment and society impacts. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's only few seconds. Thank you very much ka, Ajan Ratanopong, Ajan Kritsanopong. As always, you are a very good team, and we have seen a lot of improvements, how the entire project has blossomed. That Ajan Ratanopong mentioned that one of your teachers was even featured in another project of senior SEPs. That is very true, ka. And to lead the discussion again, bringing back Dr. Priyanut, please.
Yes, thank you, the whole team at Sinakalin. This is just wonderful. I really know that what you have done is not that easy at all. It takes time and endeavor, to achieve this. So first I would like to congratulate, on what you have done. I think I have 2 points. One, I would like to go straight to your challenges, your challenges, how to monitor, because you have integrated, SEP into the lesson plans, in teaching activities, and also learning activities. I think day-to-day monitoring is quite difficult because it's about changing behavior. So I would like you to look into, I think I had one slide that I used during our workshop, is that look into the outcome. Yes, output and also the outcome. We can use the 4 dimensions to monitor the changes. For example, the economy size, the economy part, is our school cleaner, safer, everyone using the material resources in a frugal way more than comparing in the past. So you may set the goal this year and maybe the next 3 years, can it be safer and save more money, save the budget for the electricity, for the water? So that's the economic part. The society, maybe you can see, I don't know about you have this or not, like, many social issues or community issues within your school, like bully. I don't know you have that or not, or following or something. Is that less and less of those, social well, not divisive, but not, not so much, harmony. Pick up the pain points of your school in terms of, each dimensions and set up the goals to monitor the outcome. For the environment, I think it's easy to measure, the clean and green, right? And for the culture, how about the appreciations more of the local wisdom or applying local resources, in teacher materials or learning materials? So maybe we can use the 4 dimensions to set up the goals for the next 3 years. So I think that will be appropriate to measure the assess or assess, the progress of your work today. You can set up like, medium terms plan, set up a goal for the next 3 years, how far that we would like to push our school to. So that's quite a stretch, but I think you can make it happen. So I wish you the best for that. The second one is that just small questions. Can you tell me what, because, I think Ajahn is you know, teacher's leader in leading this, you know, step into the classroom. What is the most difficult part for teachers to integrate SEP into the lesson plans from your experience? You know, when you coach others, teachers, you know, or doing even yourself, what is the most difficult part, you know, for teachers to integrate SEP principles in your lesson plans or in your teaching activities? Can you share that with us? And how did you overcome that challenges?
Thank you for the questions. The hardest part for integrating SEPT in the classroom activities is that to make the to make the teacher see the same goal. Because we have to share the same goal so that if we see the same goal, so and we want to reach the same goal, and it's a hard one because the teachers in some subject they have this different goals in learning objectives, but some teachers want to just follow the core curriculum, and they just want to do this or that, and they don't want to they don't have the same vision of the goal.
Okay.
So
How did you induce, you know, your teacher's friend to do this then as a leader, you know, teacher leaders?
First of all, we have the workshop. We discuss on the this is on the SEP. What is the SEP is like? Because some teacher think it's about the agriculture, but under the lead of the school director, Mr. Montri Pornpon, he said that we can integrate SEPT in our normal lessons just to make sure that the student have the enough knowledge, they have the virtues or core values, and they have when they have to do something, they have to do it in moderation with the good reason. They have to think that whether they have to do this or they need to do this or not, they have to be they are able to give the reason. And the last thing they have the second plan, or to make sure that if something goes wrong, they can solve the problem. It's a very easy way, but because we have like the stereotype of the SEP is about the agriculture, but they have to make the common understanding that we can integrate SEP in our subject, in our courses. So I hope that I answer the question.
Yes. I see that it's a knowledge driven, you know, movement, and it's about, you know, leading by examples and leading by actions. So this is very great. Yes. Okay, congratulations, and I hope that you take my comments into your, you know, overcome your challenges in assessing the progress of you know, SEP-based activities in your school. Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
and
you.
congratulations again. Yes,
Thank
back to
you.
you, Abigail.
Thank you very much for the presentation of the Srinagarindra, the Princess Mother School, and Dr. Priyanut also for leading. Would Kundriya allow me to move on to the next ka? Thank you.
Just to thank the presenter, and it's a good idea for you to because you got the advantage because you work with us in different projects as well. But that's good. That's good for you. And thank you very much for your presentation. And I don't know how come that you have developed 110 lesson plans. I don't know how long it takes you to do that, but that's great. And you know, it's complement to some other project as well. Thank
Yes,
you. We still have two presenters. So
yes, ka.
move
And
on.
thank,
Yes.
Thank you for Dr. Priyanut for asking a very important question. What is the most difficult part in integrating SEP in the lesson plan? Thank you. We all need to hear that, Ka, and thank you also for the responses. And I suppose we will hear more of that. Answers to that question in the next presentation. We're still in Thailand and now welcoming the Srivinit Witayakom School closer to Bangkok now, Singburi. And their project is development of life skills through project, they call it Goodness Seedlings, based on sufficiency habit. And with us are the three members, the principal, of course, we have Ajan Tawanrat and the two teachers, Miss Warapon and Miss Prapimpan. I'm not sure who will lead the presentation. Please take your time.
Would you mind if I want to share my slide by myself?
All right, so we will take out the slides. Okay.
Okay, is it clearly?
Yes, we see it now.
Okay, shall I start? สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning, everyone. I'm teacher from Sufficiency Economy School, Thailand. I'm glad to be here for the representative from my school for showing how we conduct SEP4School project in our school. Our school project name is the Development of Life Skill to Project Goodness, seeding based on sufficiency habit and setting up of 7 self-learning stations. Our team consists of Mrs. Tawanrat Thikhaporn, our principal, teacher Warapon Siriek, who was originally responsible for this project, but now she was moved to another school. And me, now my name is Prapimpan Panacharan Sawat, who now responsible for this project of Sufficiency Economy School. Oh, sorry. So I think you need to share by yourself because it shows some program in my computer, right?
All right, got that. So we're sharing it back.
Okay. So next move to the project objective. Our project objective is first is to make students have a sufficiency habit by cultivating the philosophy of sufficiency economy to become a moral school from the SPM model process. The second is to bring the awareness of environmental conservation to become a sustainable society. The third is to support students for having the ability to apply the used material to create workplace creatively and appropriately. Next. This is the activity that we have conduct. So let's take a look for each step together. Next. About the explain knowledge, we set up the policy of the school for SEP. We set up the committee and working group. We train the leading teacher and students. Okay, next. So we set up 7 learning stations integrated with SEP activity. We decide the learning activity that based on the philosophy of sufficiency economy that integrates SEP in learning activity. And we let students learning by doing in SEP learning station. The thing that we want is we want to increase the awareness of SEP practice and the appreciation of link between SEP, the philosophy of sufficiency economy, and the SDGs to all students. Next, please. This is the overall of the learning station. So we will take a look for each station together. Before going to each station, I want to show you. Yes, please. That's like that we still have the philosophy of sufficiency economy learning center. Next slide, please. Yes, this slide. This place is self-learning place that everyone can come in this room, comes to study by themselves. And that's the video in this clip. can play. You can click it. Yes, thank you. This is our center. It's self-learning center. Everyone can come in this room and study by themselves. There are all of information that we have done, such as the model of the station, the report, or the manual of each station. As you can see, there are a lot of report, the things that we have done. Yes, this is our center that we set up to be learning center to our student and other member who want to study about this SEP4School. Next, please. So take a look at this first station. This station is called One Class, One Moral Projects. It's let its class create their own campaign for let our school be a better place or our student be a better person. And every campaign will based on a good moral such as the responsibility, the kindness, the discipline, and or the honor and so on. Next, please. The second station is the organic farming and miracle tea. As we have the open space behind the school, so we bring it into the organic farm and let students learn how to grow plant and raising fish. And we have a various kind of food and vegetable from our students, such as banana, clover, jackfruit, coconut, mango, pomelo, lime, and the seasons of vegetable. But the famous product of this station is the miracle tea. Students grow up the miracle flower and apply them in the product as a tea. So now the miracle tea is our product for welcoming the guests who come to our school. Next, please. The third station is 3-year hero. This station wants to arouse students to be the explorer. After they have explored and found the information about the environment around school, then they will go back to create some campaign about saving the environment. Next, please. The first station is the paper mache and pot painting. This station brings some used paper, used pot, used glass bottle that will be the garbage. No. Yes, to create the art speed for reuse them again. Next, please. The fifth station is organic fertilizer. This station teaches students how to make a safe fertilizer by themselves. These fertilizers made from such as eggs, fish sauce, monosodium glutamate, and water, and for let them occur the photosynthesis bacteria. This bacteria can help fix nitrogen in the soil and add more nitrogen to the plant. So it will take the plant stronger and go faster. And we use the fertilizer in our farm station. Next, please. The sixth station is the volunteer to sustainable. This station is about cultivating students to have volunteer mindset. We create activity to encourage students to develop socially skill, a moral by let students do the discipline, know the duty. We have a good members of society, encourage students to have the awareness and do the good thing for the school and for the community. Next, please. The last station is SEP products. This station is about learning to create products such as preserving food, making drink, making desserts. Most of main ingredients are from the organic farm station. And we also made a product like soap bar and the mosquito spray for use in our school. Okay, next please. So next is about 3-year projects. In our school, we will let each class create their own 3-year project, 1 month for one project. So let's come and see what we have done. Next, please. This is the minimal lamp from cardboard. Next. Plant pot from coffee bag. Next, please. The tissue box from the plastic bottle cap. Next, please. The bag from the plastic bottle cap. Next, please. The bag from the fertilizer sack. Next, please. The apron from the fertilizer sack. Next, please. The hat from the carton. The bag from the carton. Okay. The glass bottle painting. Next, please. Seating pot paper mache. Paper mache doll. the flower from the Rotaries. Okay, next is about our public relations. After we conduct this project, there are many schools that interest in our project. They come and see how we do, forgetting the information that they will bring to apply for their school. Okay, next please. This is the picture about, okay. Oh no, please go back, please. Moreover, we still create the academic event like a fancy exhibition for let our students show the potential. This exhibition sets up follow our learning stations. We invite our school network to join in this event. This event received a lot of praise and positive feedback. Okay, next. So see what 3 output that we got. First is the school has many active learning activity and learning station integrated with the philosophy of sufficiency economy that makes students have sufficiency habits. The second is teacher and student have learned about environmental conservation and have know-how to create the sustainable society. The third one is students have the chance to improve their ability about applying the used material to create workspace creatively and appropriately. Okay. Talk about 3 key outcomes. First is Sivanit Wityakom School is a learning place about education part of the philosophy of sufficiency economy in self-learning center. The second is teacher and student have life skill and sufficiency habit and bring the awareness of environmental conservation to become a sustainable society. And the last one, student or teacher have the collaboration skill resulting in a participatory process for the school, which bring the efficiency in school operation. Yes, these 3 outcomes are based on 4 dimensions. Talk about the major challenge. For the major challenge, next please. First is about the amount of the waste and the used material. Next slide, please. We manage it with 3 project and school campaign. For about the challenge about non-separating waste in the school, we manage it with set up the classified trash can around the school. And the last one, the raise awareness of students toward the environmental conservation and the philosophy of sufficiency economy. So we manage it with set up 7 learning stations that integrate with SEP activity that we have said before. Okay, next please. For the project impact, it's about students know the way to reuse the waste. Students have the creativity skill design their product from the using. Students can apply material and equipment to create workspace appropriately. Students can plan their work systematically. Students can learn to work in group with others. Students can use this knowledge to increase their income or increase their career in the future. And the last one about students is students are more concerned about environmental conservation. Okay, next please. Beyond that, when we look in the overall of the project, we found that when the school has the project that's based on the sufficiency economy, when the teacher and student need to do it, they are more concerned about environmental conservation. When they done it and it's success, when they succeed, they're proud. When they're proud, they will want to explain their result further to their family and their community. And when they explain to the community, finally, when everyone does this together, there will be a sustainable conservation. Okay, next please. About our future plan. For the next step, our school will continue integrate SEF into learning activity by letting teacher and student do self-learning station. Then we will create a shared like academic exhibition or academic market annually every year to let students have the opportunity to exchange their knowledge and show their product or their output to others. Moreover, our school will bring the 3R project and SEP to develop the awareness of environmental conservation to let students have a sustainable mindset. After that, we will develop our school into zero waste school. Finally, we will create the participation and network of our cooperation by inviting other schools to visit our self-learning center After that, we'll explain the result to the community for let the community awake about saving environmental. Next, please. This is about the participation. There are 165. That means all of students in our school because we are small school. We have 11 teacher, 2 school manager, and 20 community member involved. Next, please. This is the example of our partner community after we more forgot about life skill. Some of our partner community come to support us. We receive a supporting project as the career short course from Inbury Industrial and Community Education College. They send up teachers to teach us many courses like making Thai dessert, a bakery business, craft souvenir, beverage business, or a motorcycle maintenance. Okay, next please. Before the presentation, I received some questions from SEP via email. The first question is about element integrated in our project. I will say that we will include SEP in our permanent school project. Then
Sorry, Ajan, Prapimpan.
Into our school
There's
policy to encourage the parent to do so. Next, please.
All right. I think we lost Ajan Prapimpan. Oh, you're still there.
Yeah.
Okay, please wrap up with the second question, Ka.
Okay, just 2 slides left. The second question is about how we does the impact safe lifestyle to student as well as the teacher. So from these questions, if we want to have the impact to student, we need to be the role model. So we decide 5 to do it together, do it from small point that students are interested in, do it participatory, do it continuously and regularly, do it through mechanism driving process from SPM model. Next, please. Next, please.
No, next, you already talked about it. Just move.
Yes, this is the SPM model that our principal is created to drive our project. You can see it, and this is about the code, but it's have enough time. So this is all our presentation. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Ka.
Thank you very much, Ka, Ajan Prapimpan. For information of everyone, she was not part of our training in Nakhon Pathom, but she took over with all her heart the project. Although I see the former school principal, she was online earlier. I think she's still on. Thank you for the enthusiasm and for the many good results of the project. At this point, we have to manage the time, and I'd like to just invite Dr. Priyanut probably for probably one comment, Ka. And my center director agreed to put her comment in the chat box so we can manage and give more time for others. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. I will be brief. Congratulations again to Sivinit Pityakom School. This is wonderful. I think I have 2 points. First is that you are going to expand this to community. I would like you to think about, first of all, going to PTA, parents teaching meeting first, have students to be the main drivers of expanding this to their home, to their family, and to the communities. Because I believe that, your students' team are quite strong to do this, while teachers can be supporters and coaching. Okay, that's my suggestion for your next step. The second point is that I would like to put a little bit, summarize, Abigail, from what we have seen, from many of actions that the Thai school have done. so that we can share with other schools is that we can see that, we heard that the difficult part is that to have everyone understand the SEP correctly. So we drive with knowledge at first. We need to have knowledge, the right knowledge at first. And we do that with our hands, activities, project-based, stations, learning stations, doing with our hands. But at the end, what will make the project sustain is the heart. I appreciate when Stevenit mentioned that students are proud of what they have done. That's the hard part. Keeping it fun, make students, also teachers, be proud of the results that they have done by themselves. That will sustain the projects. We start with the head, we continue working with our hands, but we keep it sustained with our heart. So that's a point that it's very important, from my experiences, that we should keep this, start with the heads, continuing with the hands, and sustaining with the heart. And for CVNIT, one more thing I would like to encourage you to do is that try to link every activities that you have done very beautifully with the SDGs. Put the SDGs, logo on every of your, board at your learning stations. Then it will make, more attractive and link with the global actions. Okay, congratulations again. My brief comments. Abigail, back to you.
Thank you very much, Kajan. And thank you for the great presentation and for answering the questions. Very important for providing us that responses. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, from Thailand, we are now going to Malaysia. And for the presentation on Scrub Cycle, the Eco Bar Initiative, creating learning groups and projects, Science Seri Puteri Secondary School, Malaysia, to represent the principal and the team. We have with us today Mr. Hadi Faisal bin Mod Rosili. Take it away, please.
Okay. Okay, before I start, first I want to check my voice is clear for everyone.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so before I start my presentation, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of my principal, Puan Nozila binti Ali Musa, who is unable to join us today because due to a peer commitment. Actually, all principal from boarding school, same as Miss Nohayati, all principal, they have meetings. So my principal also involved in the meeting. Okay, so before I start, actually, I'm really inspiring to see all school already have their own projects related to the SDGs. Actually, compared to my school, in comparison, our school actually is just beginning for this journey. Okay, because when I see other school present, it's like they have already the program run in their school. But my school, actually, after returning from the Thailand, Bangkok, then we just start our project and our SDGs project. Okay, so without wasting time, here we go. Okay, so before I start, so actually our project is still the same, like we present on February. The title is Scrub Cycle, the Ecobar Initiative. So we get this idea after visiting some school in Bangkok, Thailand last time. Okay, so we start from March 2024 and we plan completed on December 2024. Okay, so the project proponent is our own principal, Miss Nozila, and me, Hadi Faizal, and the team members include 5 teachers. Okay, Siti Fatimah Nur binti Abdul Mubin. Okay, and maybe you can go to the next slide, Abigail. Okay, so this is the some activities that had been held in my school. So we start from March, we start with establish the team, then start with meeting with SEP teams, okay, as shown in the slide before. Okay, then we start with launch ceremony, start first briefing to students that involved in this project. Then we do the student research. We have a school holiday task, demonstration and filtering, monitoring and stock production and packaging. So I will explain those activities one by one. So establish team. So as we can see in the slide, okay, so we had our first meeting before start the new session, 2024-2025 session. So first teacher meeting will be held on 7 March 2024. So during this meeting, so my principal, okay, announced who will conduct this project. So actually at the first, we only have 4 teachers. Then later we add another 2. So principal insists I also in the group since other teacher don't have experience at all about SEP, so they need a guide. Then we have another teacher. So total to run this project, we have 6 teachers. So we start from small and hopefully later we have a big group lah. Okay. So next. Okay. So this is the selection of the teachers. So this is the first meeting for the team. So the first meeting held on the first day of the school on 11 March 2024. So I as advisor for the team project. Then we have Miss Siti Fatimah, team leader. Okay, here Miss Siti Fatimah, team leader. She is a biology teacher. And we have Mr. Hassan, will focus on composting project for Form 2 students. He is a geography teacher. And we have Mr. Farid. Okay, he will be focused on gardening. He is a science computer teacher. Then we have Miss Huda, chemistry teacher, will focusing on soap project. And Miss Hazira, in packaging. She is art teacher. So we try to the previous slide, please, Abigail. So we try to connect with the already curriculum like packaging. We have topic like do marketing, and gardening actually we have in subject geography and also compose. Actually not gardening, actually how I'm not sure what's the, but it's the geography topic. Okay, I cannot relate now, I cannot think. Okay, so next, I begin. Okay, so this is the launching ceremony on second week, 18 March. So principal give the idea what is actually SEP, how we implement SEP in our daily life, include of what knowledge, how we apply knowledge, then we focus on virtue. After that, how we focus on the moderate, reasonables, and prudent. Okay, so in this launching ceremony, our principal state the title for our SEP project for this year is Scrap Cycle, the EcoBar initiative. So actually, this is a big idea, but when we run, it's become a small idea. Okay, so actually the big idea means, actually this is a relation between student from Form 1, Form 2 and Form 3. Actually, we plan Form 1 student will supply the material in term of processing the soap. Then compost, Form 2 student will do compost, we supply the fertilizer to Form 1 student. And Form 3 student will produce the EcoBar soap. Actually, that is the big idea. Okay, but something happened different. Okay, so next slide. Okay, this is the first briefing, our first briefing according to form. So since our school activity already packed, so we sometimes use to do this briefing, we take during, actually every Thursday we have student batch meeting. So we use this batch meeting. Batch meeting means they will group according to their form and they will plan their activities, their project and everything lah in their batch. So we took this opportunity to give a briefly explanation about the project that they will do. So as mentioned before, Form 1 will do gardening, Form 2 compost, and Form 3 will do soap and packaging. Okay, next slide, begin. Okay, so after the first briefing, okay, before we start the project, okay, we actually try to implement the SEP concept. Start with knowledge. So before students start with the composting, before start with the gardening and making soap and packaging, so we start with student research. So from student research knowledge, we give student find research on how to plant lemongrass, kaffir lime, and pandan tree. Then from two students learn. Okay, they do research. Okay, they do slide. They will do presentation. How to make compost from organic waste. Same happen to Form 3. They make soap bar from used cooking oil. So they do the research first. So in their research, in their slide presentation, they implement SEP. Okay, so they implement SEP how to, what is virtue will involve, what is the reasonableness, what is the moderation and prudence and outcome of this project. So before we do the project, they have the research. So we have 3 times because actually 27 March actually is for Form 2 and Form 3 because we is a boarding school. The Form 1 student admission to school is quite late. That's why at the first only Form 2 and Form 3 students. So on 27 March 2024, we have Form 2 and Form 3 only. Then on 4th April, when we have Form 1 student, then they start their research. And 23rd May actually is Form 3 research about on doing packaging. So there is some examples that you can see from the slide lah, prepared by student. Okay, next, I begin. Okay, 1 minute, alamak. Okay, so this is a demonstration. So demonstration activity demonstrated by our teachers. Okay, this is, we can see preparation of filtration of used cooking oil. Okay, by our chemistry teacher. Then the compost by Mr. Mr. Hassan. Okay, and the gardening by Mr. Farid. Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, this is some pictures. We can see the soap production held by our students. Okay, so we have 3 weeks. Okay, next. So we only have 31 seconds. Okay, next. Okay, so this is a 3 key output and 3 key outcome. So the output from the student research activity where they comes with slide presentation. So the outcome, students could apply the SEP concept in their research. So in their research, we already teach them, we already guide them how to find the correct content for SEP concept lah. And then for demonstration, where students learn to plant, learn to compose, learn to filter cooking oil. So after applying the SEP concept in their research, they could see how SEP concept apply in real life during the demonstration, such as how to impose the virtue, reasonable, moderate, and prudent. From this demonstration activity, actually, we have some something new that we find interesting because actually we have some method to filter the cooking oil. But when students do their research, they come with multiple of type method to filter the cooking oil. And same thing happen to soap production. So when students do research, teacher actually we have our method to do the soap production. But after the research, student manage to find another way to making soap. So when we implement, there is a many method actually apply in making the soap. Okay, next, Abigail. Okay, so actually the challenge, okay, as you can see, our school is a science school. Actually, we teach pure science. Okay, pure science means we have biology, physics, chemistry, and biology, additional mathematics. Okay, so actually we are not good in gardening. We don't have specialty in gardening. Okay, so the problem is teacher and student together learn from YouTube and reading. We do the research. We try do competition. So to solve this problem, okay, we do competition means we use the Form 1. We have 3 classes in Form 1. So we do competition. So we hope parents will help them to do the gardening on their garden. So, and the end of the year, we will choose the best garden. So normally parents, they have more knowledge than teachers in terms of gardening. Okay, then we also have discussion with Agrovoltaic Enterprise to do project science factory. I will explain in the last slide. Okay, then same, okay, it's okay. Okay, so the impact. If you want to see the impact, as I can say, okay, we can see the difference when student deliver their task or school project. So in this project, they has deliver how they deliver their project by implement the SEP concept in their slides presentation lah. Okay, then maybe how to see the impact. Maybe I can say we cannot see this in a short period. Okay, maybe it takes 2-3 years. Then we can see the behavioral change. Okay, so maybe we can see the behavioral change, increase on responsibility, how they cooperate among peers, how they respect the nature. Okay, how they better resource management. Okay, something like that. So my recommendation, this project already started in school, maybe in my school. Okay, this project must be continued to the following years. So then later we can understood and appreciate about the SEP concept better lah. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the future plan. So actually we have a discussion with Agrovoltaic. So we want to install a greenhouse sponsored by Agrovoltaic and do the hydroponic system to grow herbal plant. So that we equip with solar technology and water pump. Okay, that's why is one planning to solve our problem in not competent in gardening, our teachers in gardening. Okay, sebab this is because our school is actually in a city center. So most of the teacher, they live in rise high building. They live in condo, apartment. Okay, so the land is very limited in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so this project with Agrovoltaic Enterprise, we wait the approval from MOSTI, Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, because they have certain budget. So we already present. Hopefully this August we'll get the the approval lah to do this. Okay, then our planning is to do, other than do compost and soap bar, we plan to do more valuable things from waste that we could find from our school, especially organic waste from school dining hall, such as banana peel noodle, watermelon ring jam, eggshell fertilizer, chicken bone as pet food. Actually, if you see the recycle tu, actually this is our focus. Actually, we already done the banana peel noodle, but before this, we focus on group innovation team. So innovation team, actually for banana peel noodle, they have 4 students. Watermelon ring jam, we have 4 students. Actually, our science school actually more focused on innovation matter. That is our future plan. Okay, next Abigail. Okay, so we start with small numbers. We start with Form 1, Form 2 and Form 3 students. Our school have Form 5 level. Form 4 and Form 5 we said as upper form. And this 3 form is lower form. So total number of teach involved. So as mentioned before, 6 teachers. Total number of school managers involved. So is the principal. And total number of community members involved, 88. I calculate with parent from Form 1 student. Okay, because they help in do the gardening. So I calculate they as community members involved in this project. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chiku Hadi Faisal. Thank you for taking over and on behalf of your team and your principal. Thank you. I'd like to invite Dr. Priyanu to kindly lead the discussion.
I will be very brief. Well, I can see the changing so much of your project since you went back from Thailand, and I can see the endeavors of the team. This is just amazing. Congratulations on the team of a Science Puteri School. Okay, I just have one small comment is that you said you don't have time to do this because you are science, school and the boarding school as well. How about thinking about the word integration, like those Thai schools are doing, integrating the SEP activities into the class, like project-based, learning or something. When students learn about science, like, biology or chemistry, maybe they can, do their experiment with the soil, with the gardening, with the hydroponics, or even they can apply some physics, principles that they learn in class. So I would like to give, to give you some challenge that how to integrate the SEP-based activities into learning, into the subjects learning. That I think you can overcome your challenges on not having time because you have to learn so much, and that's how I think the many Thai schools like Anuban, Ganchan has done so well integrating in the class, or unit as well. So I suggest you to think about that to overcome your challenge, and one more thing. You are a city school locating in the city, have no much land. So maybe we can come back to think about why do we want students to learn about gardening, right? And maybe is there any way to do gardening in the city setting? A lot of city settings are doing that, like on the rooftop, or many initiatives are there. You can let your students explore and proposing their initiatives to do gardening if you think that you want students to learn about gardening skills. So everything come back to students thinking while teachers providing questions, like when we start with the QPA model, right? Questionings and let students plan with their initiatives. They learn from their lessons. They reflect and they come back making it better. So we are applying to the QPA model in this, learning processing. So wish you the best on the progress of your work in this coming academical year. Back to you, Abigail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Priyanut. Again, highlighting that SEP could be in biology, could be in physics, could be in chemistry. Thank you for that emphasis. And Haji Chiku Hadi, there are comments in the chat box for you as well. Some please check them out, and considering time, we just request the center director, another expert panel to kindly she has provided all the comments in the chat box, and there were also announcements in the chat box. Everybody could have a look. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, we will have a quick open forum, just opportunity for everyone to reflect and at the same time to address questions that you may have or give comments. And for that session, I'd like to give the floor to my colleague, Ms. Piapa, please.
Thank you, Abigail. Good morning, ค่ะ อาจารย์ปริยานุช คุณดุริยา school principals and teachers. And firstly, I'd like to congratulate to all schools and presenters. I have learned a lot today from your presentations, including yesterday's presentation as well. And we see the great effort and commitment for the program development and implementation, as well as the participatory of teachers, students, and communities for the whole school approach that addressing and improving SEP attitude and lifestyle of the students and teachers. And today, I would like to thank about the 20 audience in our YouTube who stay with us from the beginning. And I'm not sure right now that how many there are remaining, but thank you so much for your participations. And So far, we have not received the questions in the chat box and YouTube. Even I try to encourage many, please send the question to us. So anyway, as usual, we have prepared some questions in advance, and we found that your presentation have addressed our prepared questions already, and some questions has already addressed by Dr. Priyanut. So I'm not sure if I have time to read through the question, but I would like to conclude a little bit about the presentation. So from the SM Perdana Vasi from Brunei Darussalam, and the presentation already clarified very well about the participation of the students and the development of the SEP values among teachers and students. Besides, the school already obtained the great support from the community. And also for the presentation from Lao PDR, we understand the difficulty of your school. However, as Dr. Priyanut suggests, that we would like to encourage your school to continue the implementation by providing incentive for the students and participants from the community. And for the presentation from SM San Kuching, Malaysia on the recycling project. Since the project is quite completed, so we would like to recommend you to continue the effort or scale up the project by creating the network with the other school in Malaysia or the other school in other countries, and keep practicing and learning from each other. So that could be the benefit to the school for the future as well, and for your students. And for the presentation of the Sophisai Pithayakom schools, highlighting the significant change of the curriculum improvement by integrating SEP into Thai and social studies subjects. And we fully understand that this is not easy to integrate SEP in the curriculum, as there are many processes such as like school board approval, teacher training. But however, we would like to congratulate the brave commitment and effort in this project. And for the school, Sinakarin, the Princess Mother School of Thailand, highlighted the teaching model, which is not easy, that highlight the knowledge, attitude, skills through the project-based and problem-based learning. So we would like to congratulate on the, on the somehow success of this project. And we hope to see the complete model. And when you are very successful in the implementation, we want to invite you to share your practices to other schools in Thailand and in other countries. So for the Sivinit Vithayakom School in Singapore, we have learned tips how to integrate SEP lifestyle into students and teachers, such as like whole school approach, start from small, participatory, and continuously and regularly. So this is, I think that is the tips that everybody know about it, but very hard to implement it. The last school, Science Sevi Putri Secondary School, Mr. Hadi Faisal, you have presented a project that driven by the research of the students and the activities that involve the parents, especially for the gardening. I love the idea that you understand that you don't have the expertise in this, so you invite the parents to make it happen. So we could see the improvement of the student attitudes and the participation of the community. And thank you so much for the all presentation. So however, from the learning of today, so I would like to ask you a special question. May I ask for the next slide, please? So this is a special question that I would like to open the floor if anyone wants to share how this sharing session inspire your future plans. Okay, so if you feel like you want to share your idea, you want to share your thought, your opinion about this, please raise your hand up. Let me check who raised hand. Anyone want to share first? Okay, so let me check. Abigail, may you please help me to check any participant raise hand up? Anyone? Okay, you can unmute your microphone and share your thought about this. How do you feel about this presentation for both days, yesterday and today, and how you can find that the session could inspire your school future plans. Anyone want to share your thought? Okay. So, since Mr. Hadi Faisal just finished the presentation, may I invite Mr. Hadi Faisal for the sharing your thought about this? May you please unmute yourself?
Yes, pardon me, actually I cannot hear you clearly lah.
Oh, really?
Ah,
Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear but not clear.
Okay, sorry about this. All right. So, could you please share your thought about the special question that already shared on the screen?
Oh, all participants can hear my voice clear?
Yes.
Yeah, can
Okay.
hear you.
There. Abigail sound is very clear. Okay. So how this sharing session inspired your school future plan? So actually very inspiring me with the Brunei school with the SDGs project from Mr. Radiman Mr. Radiman. So very inspired our school, and from even from other school also with their project really inspired me to implement their project in my school. Maybe not in the following year, but it give me idea what we are going to do for the following years. So we have a long years. We have second years, third year. So we have the idea. Actually, we have the idea from other school to implement the SEP project in our school. That is the good about our session from last day and today lah. So actually this session we must continue. So actually to make sure other schools still do the progress, the set progress. So actually we need the monitoring. So when we have monitoring from the Semyon SEP school, so other school will alert and they will continue the process of doing the SEP project in their school. Mean if the monitoring is stopped, I'm afraid the project also will stop. Normally, our student when we have no monitoring, so they also don't do the school job like something like that lah. So I think the monitoring from Semyon SEP school actually we must do once a year to see progress from other school. That's all from my opinion lah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. That very very meaningful comment. And I would like to hear something from Brunei Darussalam. Are you there with us? Any participant from Brunei, you can unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Rahma. I agree with Chigu Hadi when he mentioned about how it's really inspiring just to hear from everybody's sharing, right? So there's quite a number of learning takeaways that even personally, I already learned something more, which I believe that it can be incorporated into what we have been doing at the moment. Okay, for example, having the banking station, the school banks, something that it can be related to our school subjects of accounting, for example. Okay, and then I like the idea of what Dr. Priyanut mentioned earlier. It's not about trying to generate a generations of wealth. Okay, whatever that we are doing here is about trying to have a better idea of how we're going to sustain our world. All right, how we're going to address all the issues that has been arising that's related to SDG. So all the sharings that been shared by every schools are actually very beneficial for me personally. Yeah. So and I agree with Mr. Hadi mentions about monitoring. Regular monitoring. It's not just to do micromanaging, but it's just to keep us alert that remember that this is what we have been going through before, and this is the reason why we went to Bangkok, because we want to actually spread all the good things into our school community and also into our country. That's it.
That's great. Thank you so much. So I see in the chat box here, some participants already shared some ideas about how the project inspire you. So I would like to invite the participant who have very low Wi-Fi and but would like to share something. Please type in the chat box so that we can capture that how much you have been inspired from this session. Okay, so anything that you want to share with us, please type in the chat box. Now, if I have time, Abigail, I would like to ask this question to the participant from Thailand. Okay, Thai participants, would you mind to unmute yourself and share with us?
Hey, me.
Yes, please, Ka. Yes, please, unmute.
I think I think different context have got a different lifestyle of process in every school. So if you don't mind to share the slide or the information to other members of school in our email, so I will read it and apply it to my context like
That's
this.
good. Thank you so much. So I learned that Abigail will share all the presentations to all the participants as well. So you would, learn to each other, but continue communicating to each other so that you can exchange the idea. And perhaps, in the future, you would visit to another country to share the experience about the SEP project. Okay, so who else you want to share the ideas and reflection before I can end the session and move to for Kunduriya?
Hello
Hi.
from
Hi,
Thailand,
okay,
Royal
please.
School.
Yes, please, Ka.
Okay, we would like to share the idea that we have the new technique to apply in our school to improve our student in the future. I think very great idea, and I think this project is very benefit for us to improve ourselves, and moreover we can learn the new project from another country. I think it's very great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, how about the others? Do we still have time?
Hello.
Yes, please. Barbara, please unmute yourself.
Okay, I just want to share about my reflection. And then here, I think the sharing session could have a significant impact on a school future plan in various ways, like curriculum development and also professional development. For example, for curriculum development, the session may introduce innovative educational practices and content that can be integrated into the school's curriculum to enhance learning outcomes. And then for the second is about professional development. Teachers and staff can be from new teaching methodologies and strategies shared during the session, leading to improved instructional quality. That's for my reflection. Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so much.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
yeah, I saw one person from the Philippines. Raise your hand, Miss Forami.
Good
Forami, please
afternoon.
unmute yourself. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, good afternoon. So before I would like to say my reflection, I would like to say thank you to all the Simeo SEP staff for this wonderful opportunity that you have given to us as one of these participants in this wrap-up session. From us here in the Philippines, we're very glad to participate in this session. And my reflection for this is I was very impressed with all the projects from different countries, and I have seen that they are already advanced, and I will try my best to share these outputs to my colleagues so that we can start in our school and we can implement it to the other schools. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I think that anyone else want to share their opinion? Right. Okay. So if you have anything you want to say to the organizer, Simeo SEPs, Abigail, Dr. Priyanut Kunduriya, please you can type in the chat box and share it with us. So I would like to end my session by turn the floor back to Kunduriya. Thank you very much for your participation and also your reflections.
Thank you very much, Kunpiyapa. On this final note, I would like to thank all of you, both the alumni of SEP4School, classroom action research, and some other projects that some schools that involved in those projects also stay with us until the end. I know that this is a very good session. It's a good sharing from our point of view. We also learn from you because as one of the participants just mentioned that we are in different contexts. So we learn from each other in different contexts, and we can, adjust, adapt on what we will have to do in our own context. And, sharing session like this is, as many of you have already mentioned, very useful for us to set some of the future activities. So I would like to say that for the SEPs, we are a new center. So this is a good chance for us to learn from you so that we can put or apply or whatever you advise us or your recommendations to plan for our future works. And of course, as I mentioned yesterday, there are some projects that we are that are ongoing project under us. We will not stop as it is the sharing today. But for the SEP4School, I understand that we might be able to develop more for the sharing session. And someone just mentioned about the monitoring. I would like to see that it's not the official or formal monitoring, but we would like to follow up on what you are doing. So please feel free to write to us. You have our contact. So once you want to share or advise us or provide inputs in whatever we can do to accommodate your projects, we are more than happy to work with you. And as I mentioned earlier, that we will try our best to work more with you and perhaps create or set up some new projects that might be able to expand what you are doing today for future plan, as we want to see SEP or some related concept could provide more in terms of sustainability. And SEP would be here, SEP would be here for you to accommodate whatever we can. So I would like to thank all of you for this wonderful sharing on your work, even though it was a short period, just 4 months for your implementation, but it came out more than I expected. So thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your effort. And my thanks also go to my team, SEP. We are very small, but I have to say that I'm proud to have my team because all of them have been working very hard in every project. And I would like to thank our Abigail said that she is a guru in SEP in education. I would like to thank Dr. Priyanut for your involvement at the very early stage until the end, and not end today, but we will work with you more on whatever we will be able to do in the SEP4School, classroom action, SEP-Ed, and some other stuff, youth camp, and perhaps some of your best practices will be involved when we do the webinars in the future. So thank you very much and hope to see you all soon. Thank you. สวัสดีค่ะ Back to you, Abigail, if you have any additional announcement.
Yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I I feel sad to end the session, but my director indicated this is not the end yet. We will continue. Thank you very much for the recommendations. We have noted them all down. And first and foremost, we are preparing a comprehensive report on the SEP4School. This is for your ministries of education, but you will have a copy. And then second, SEP4School will be reported to the governing board of CMU SEPs. This will be in September. The report, hopefully we can get it done in 2 weeks and you will have a copy. Number 3, we will put together the beautiful stories of your projects into like probably a PDF version of a magazine that it can document all the good things. And I would like to say that, as my director mentioned, we continue communication. And number 5 point, we are issuing e-certificates. And I will keep in touch with you on that, including my colleagues here, Oy and Yas, on how to issue that. All right. So with that, thank you very much, especially for your generosity in extending your time. We extended a bit, but I think for a good reason. Would you agree? All right. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you could open all your microphones and say bye-bye simultaneously to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.